Hi everyone, Christine here at Christine's Craft Table. Well, we have some catching up to do. I have been crocheting, but mainly working on some large projects, and so haven't had much to show. But I do have some things now. It's been a month, almost a month. So let me show you what I've been working on. I will start with the two make-alongs that I participate in. The first is Judy's Mal 2024. This is the one with the bird every month, and Judy gives us a picture of a bird and we create a project along those colors. So this is my project, and I will pop up a picture of the bird so you can compare and see how well I did. I tried my best. Like I say, I shop my stash as much as I can, so sometimes the colors aren't right on, but I think they're close enough. So again, this is going to work itself into a blanket at the end of the year with all 12 squares for all 12 months, and I am excited to see that come together. So that was Judy's Mal, and you may have already seen that in her slideshow because she's actually already done her slideshow for the year, or for the month. Next up is Jada's monthly Mal, or cowl. It's a crochet along, and this is called Granny's Magical Cupboard calendar blanket. And I showed two of my squares earlier in the month actually, but this is the pattern for the month. It's got these twisty things in the corners. It's a cable stitch that you do in each corner. The rest of it is pretty much double crochet in a granny square, 6 rows as always. So there's one, I forget what it's called, twisted granny square. I'll put up the name later. This is my second. Actually, I think this was my first. You could probably see it better with the 2 colors instead of 3. Here's 3 colors. And my last one, 3 colors as well. So looking at them now, I think they're cute. I had mixed feelings at the beginning because it just wasn't enough going on to seem really cohesive, I guess. Symmetrical, I don't know how you would say it. I like an orderly pattern, and this seemed a little bit haphazard, even though you are following a set pattern. Yeah, I'm still not thrilled. This probably won't be one of my favorite granny square patterns, but in the blanket I'm sure it'll look great. Next up, I'll show you some other projects I've been working on. This was something I did on my own. I showed you the headband already before. This was a pattern by, that's the back. This was a pattern by My Crochet Story and Froggy Went a Knitting. I think that's her channel. They had a live one day and they showed this pattern, and I forget the name of the pattern. I will put it up later. But it was a very easy pattern, and you do these lovely stitches. I just love the way these come out. It's just a double crochet crossed over, and just, it's not a bobble, even though it kind of looks like a bobble, alternating with rows of single crochet and double crochet, and then finished off with the crab stitch along the borders. But I really love the way that turned out. So I made a cowl to match, and that's my cowl. So I just did the same pattern, just more rows and a little more variety because I was running out of the oatmeal color. And I love this pattern. I love the way the yarn worked out in it. This yarn was, again, I don't remember the yarn. I'll put a picture up of the yarn as well. This is one I got in a mystery box from Crystal at Bag O' Day, and if you didn't catch it, she recently put out put up some more mystery boxes, and it was such a good deal last time that I went ahead and I got another one this time, so that should be coming in the mail. I'm excited. The blue yarn was actually came in another mystery box, a Cascade 220, so it's wool as well. This one was 100% wool, and then I combined it with another. You see that thin, the Cascade 220 was a 2-weight or a 3-weight, and this is a 4-weight. So in order to make the whole pattern cohesive and not make it squish in the middle because of the lighter yarn, I added a strand of fingering. This is Queensland 100% superwash wool in the color Spruce. I'll put that up later as well. And I just think it went so well with the blue, and love the way these came out. So at the risk of messing up my hair, where's the back? See, I did such a good job of combining it that I can't even find the back. I guess that's a good thing, huh? Okay, so here's the cowl. Take off my glasses. Oh, there's the back. When I do the stitching, I did it in the blue because I was working on the blue at the end. And so to kind of cover it up in the oatmeal sections, when I sewed in my ends of the oatmeal, I kind of went over those stitches to combine in that blue a little bit so you don't see this blue stripe, even though it's in the inside. Okay, so there's the cowl. And then here's the headband. And even though some of it is 100% wool, it's not, I don't have my glasses so I can't see. It's not itchy at all. So there's nice coverage for my ears, and for my neck, I will just tuck that into my jacket, and I love it. So this is for me. It's a keeper, but I will probably make that pattern again because it's so easy and it looks so pretty. Okay. So that was a finished object. Let me see again. Also, I'm happy to say I finished a blanket. This is called the Rabbit Tracks blanket by Olga Paltova. And it is super easy, but super cute. There's your little bunny tracks. Called Rabbit Tracks, and she did hers all in one color, but I chose these colors because, and she also did her border just 2 rows of single crochet. I love this camel stitch border, so that's what I used on mine, and I wanted to use this color because it matches my bunny. So I think I showed this bunny before. This is the latest Somebunny that I made. And these two will be going to the Mountain States Children's Home. It's a collection that Dana at Dana's Wonderlust Crochet organized, and a bunch of people brought theirs to the recent gathering that they had, the Pacific Northwest Yarny Social, I think they called it, and they collected a bunch of them. A wonderful collection, and so I will be mailing mine straight to the home since I was not able to attend, but I think they came out really nice, a good match, and I love this pattern. Really recommend it. The yarn I used was Bernat Premium Value in the color Cafe a Lot, and this is Hobby Lobby I Love This Yarn in the color Forest. And this is also Hobby Lobby I Love This Yarn in Marled Mocha, I believe. So yeah, I didn't have enough of each one to work them out or to do the whole blanket in one color, so we went with stripes. And I think it came out nice. I envision this being the meadow and the dirt tracks, or else maybe a farmer's field. And these are the furrows, I think. That's where you plant the stuff. And then these are the rows in between. My dad did farming for quite some time, so getting straight furrows was a big deal. So I'm real happy with that. And now I can mail them off. That's one reason I had to get my video done, because these will be in the mail very shortly. And what else have I finished? Okay, I made a couple more soap sacks. This is the pattern by Tiffany, Crochet with Tiffany. I think that's what her channel is called. It's the seed stitch soap sack. And I hope to send a pile of these when they are ready to receive crochet items to one of the collection locations for those victims of the hurricanes. It's a real functional gift. You just put a bar of soap in there and you use it to wash with, and then you can hang your soap somewhere instead of setting it down anywhere. And they are so cute and so easy and quick to make up. I'm just using my cotton scraps, and I think I made this last night, a couple hours, and this one I started today. And they're just 6 inches by 4 inches, and then you make this little strap that you weave in and whip stitch it closed, and you're done. And super easy and a great project. If you're interested, watch. I'll link Tiffany's video where she did a demonstration, and she offers, I think the pattern's free. I think it's still free. I got it for free, I know. Also, I've been working on my stitch sampler. I mentioned this a couple times. It was with Judy's, it's called Summer Cal 2024 was the hashtag for Judy's Creations in Crochet, and it's long ago finished, but I'm still working on my blanket, and I have a few more. I have to do 20 squares, and then it'll be big enough to put together and send for Boggy Creek, I think. So these are the 2 colors I'm using, and I plan to join them with either white or like a forest green. I'm not sure yet. But it was 6 stitches that we learned, and then I'm just duplicating some of the stitches to make the remaining 8 squares, because I did 2 squares per stitch already. This is the super easy Suzette stitch, which is just a single crochet and double crochet, skip 1, single crochet, double crochet in the same stitch, skip 1, and that is the whole pattern. And look how pretty that stitch is. So these work up really quick. Well, not that quick for me, but quick enough. So a lot of these little projects I am using as a break for what I'm about to show you in a minute, because my major project is huge and sometimes I need a break from it. One more thing I started, I think this is the last thing. Yep. I got some yarn from J Hook Crochet several months ago, earlier in the year, and it was she had this desert vibes mystery box, and she sent you yarn and some goodies from Israel, and it was a really sweet box of things. So she sent these 2 yarns, and the color was called Wadi Ashash, and it was inspired, she dyes it herself, and then the colors were inspired by the desert that she had recently visited on a trip with her family. And so beautiful. I'm not usually an orange person, but this yarn has just so many beautiful variations. I'm really enjoying working with it. And so I chose a pattern of hers that I love, and it's creating these beautiful flowers. Isn't that cool? It's going to be a shawl, and I don't know how big it'll be, but it'll be at least a shawlette. But you can clearly see those flowers. You know what amazes me is how a person designs something like that. You know, I'm just following the pattern, crocheting the stitches it tells me to crochet. I could never envision, you know, putting that together. Her pattern includes a chart, so, you know, if you're a chart reader, you've got that to go by. I seem to be doing better just line by line following the written pattern, and at this point it's a 4-row repeat, so I think eventually I will be able to look away from the piece of paper, but right now it's just, you know, every stitch sequence I'm looking at the pattern and marking off where I'm at so I don't get lost. But I am loving this, and it's going to be even more beautiful when it's blocked, I know. So if you're interested in this pattern, she has it available on her Etsy shop, J-Hook Crochet, and I think it was like, I don't know, $5, $4. She has a discount code too if you are a subscriber to her channel. She gives you, I think it's a 15% discount, and I keep forgetting to use it. I did get a 10% discount because I had ordered from her before. I think I got 10%. Anyway, I recently ordered from her as well, a mystery box. Just wanting to, I love to support anyone in Israel with all that they're going through ever since October 7th. I can't do much, but I can pray for them, and I can support them in this small way by supporting a crocheter who lives on a kibbutz in Israel. And if you aren't familiar with her, check out J-Hook Crochet. She's on YouTube. She has a wonderful Etsy shop with some beautiful patterns on it. I also bought a pattern for a blanket from her, which I'm excited to make. Just have to find the right yarn. So, and isn't this cute? This is the only one of these I own. It's this little, I forget what they call them, a yarn cozy, I think. I got this from Judy at Judy's Creations in Crochet. She sent it with a prize I won. I think I won some yarn from her once, and I love this thing. She made it out of this stretchy material, so it just gives your cake a nice hug. And I cake this up myself, that's why it's so messy manually, but it's keeping everything together and you don't get all tangled up. This is a wool yarn, and so it tangles on itself. If you leave it to itself, it is going to tangle, but all kept nice and tight in this cozy. I don't have to worry with tangles, so I just love this thing. Thank you again, Judy. Okay, so there's my progress on my shawl. So this is one of the things I like to pick up when I need a break from my super huge project, which I will now show you. Oh, Reggie is her name. Regev, but she goes by Reggie. She calls her yarns Troublemaker Yarns, And that's the, what do you call it? Label. Yeah. So very excited about that because I love that pattern. And lastly, which I have showed before, but you're going to keep seeing it until I finish. This is my thermal blanket. This is the big project. This is a queen size blanket. And right now it's about 1/3 of the way done. And there you have the whole thing. And it is a labor of love. It's for my sister. And the stitch is really easy, but it's, well, it's like you're doing single crochets in the back loop, but you're doing it, you're picking up 2 loops, but the thermal stitch is pretty much a single crochet. And so it takes a while to get through a row. My goal is 1 inch a day, so that's about 4 rows for this. I'm using 4-weight yarn. Most of these are Hobby Lobby, either I Love This Yarn or Soft and Sleek, just 4-weight 100% acrylics. This is Karen Simply Soft. So I think since the last time I showed you, I was at this Stonewash color, which is Hobby Lobby, I Love This Yarn. So this is a row of Karen Simply Soft, this is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek, and this is also Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek. And started with black. So this is basically the color palette. I might have one darker charcoal gray to add, and then we'll just repeat the colors till we're finished. It's going to be 84 inches, Lord willing. And so we're about 1/3 of the way there, and about 64 inches across. This is folded, so. But it's soft and squishy. I think it's going to weigh, I was telling my sister last night, I think it's going to weigh about 9 pounds when it's done. So I double checked with her that this is what she wants, and she said yes. So we are continuing working on this. And that is all I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll take advantage of the pattern recommendations. I'm pretty much loving everything that I have showed you. And they are all, nothing's too difficult. I've only been crocheting for a few years, and every one of these patterns is totally doable because they are great teachers. And this was just the thermal stitch. I used the tutorial from Creative Grandma. If you have not checked out her stitch tutorials, she gives you the video on YouTube, and then she has a link to the written pattern for that stitch for free on her website. You can download them. There's like over 200 stitch tutorials written out in PDF format. I have not even done a fraction of them, and I am just enjoying every one of them. That's another thing that I started working on and I kind of laid down this month, but I need to get back to that because it's so fun learning the stitch with her video right along, and then having the written pattern to refer to going forward. Such a gift that she has on her channel there. Totally recommend it, and I will link that as well. So be sure to check out the description box below this video. It's where the little word that says more, click on that and you'll find a bunch of helpful links and the everything I've talked about. So thanks for watching, and I will see you again.